What's up, party people, and welcome back. I am the Pressed Gamer, and this is the series where I take every single Street Fighter character and show you how I take them from very first day one all the way up to Master Rank. This is a fun and effective way for me to cope with mental illness, and I hope to make you laugh and learn along the way. Please like and subscribe so you don't miss an episode, and comment below if you have any Street Fighter or mental health questions, or if you just want to say hello. Every 20 minutes of gaming, I recommend a 5-minute break to help maintain focus and learning efficiency. Stick around until the end, and I supplied that 5-minute break for you as well. So, that being said, let's get on with the matches. Round one, fight. So, for this episode, I totally dropped the ball and didn't click record whenever I started playing these matches. So, I had to go into the replay function of the CFN and play the replays of this session in the replay mode, which I don't like. It happens again. I forgot to play record again on another session of my day 3. I don't know what I was doing, why I screwed that up so bad, but I did, and I prefer to have the drama in the exact moment, you know what I mean, of watching these replays, you know, with you guys, seeing them as they happen in real time, not me going into a replay, playing replay, and then going into the other one. But that's what I had to do, but it doesn't matter. This is day 3, part 2 of my Jamie to Master series, all the way from day 1 to Master Rank, what I have to do to accomplish that. If you're wondering idea of how I do that and how I attack these characters from day 1 onwards, I recommend starting with the very first day because I give you what I like to call my starter deck. You get the starter deck together and then you have a semblance of a game plan to win these games, because if you have any idea, no matter how basic and simple the game plan is, if you have a game plan and your opponent doesn't, that immediately puts you at an advantage against them. So, if you watched the last video, you saw I was not doing well. I lost most of my matches that video. It happens to us all. We all have bad settings. I took a 5-minute break, came back, and now I'm playing another 20 minutes. And immediately, the first match I fight is I get perfected by a Cammy, and I'm like, well, maybe I shouldn't be playing today after all. But I didn't give up. I said, nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to hunker down, and I'm going to do what I said, which is just slow down the game and try to get some drinks with my Jamie. You know, so far so good, right? Now, if you watch day 1, I used to make fun of myself whenever I used this level 3 because I just did the most basic combo with the palm. But look at this. Hopefully I land it. Wow, dude. See, this is what happens. That was good damage, too. We're starting to the Jamie. Like I said, I had so much fun playing Jamie this session. It was just all working for me. Just being able to pilot the character, that's what you want to be able to get at. Once you can pilot the character effectively and be comfortable with them, then you're going to have so much more fun. Yeah, I see. We got to end replay and go to the next one. I know exactly where the match is end and stuff. As you can see, that's where the last episode ended when I fought that ad. But, so you don't get spoiled for exactly what's next, you know what I mean? But it's still, oh man, it bugs me that I messed that up. I also forgot to record. Usually I do match analysis at the beginning of every day. I forgot to do that today, but I was like, if I go in there and record some match analysis, I'll not have time to record these other videos. And I'm like, you know, we move on. I just won't screw up the next time. That's all it is. You know, you learn. Nothing you can do about the past. We move on, and we'll just do better next time. That's all we can do, and that's okay. That's all anybody can do. Anyone who tells you otherwise is an asshole, and what they say doesn't matter. Right now, I'm at 4 drinks with Mr. Jamefer. Even the level 1 wake up, that was really, oh man, and then I don't know what I was doing. I had him screwed up. If I hit confirm that he's dead, but I gotta throw anyways. Jamie level 4, his walk speed, so good. He is so fast. He's gotta have the fastest walk speed in these 4 drinks, right? You would make sense, right? Like Akuma's normal walk speed. He's probably still slower because he's Jamie, but he should. Okay, I got my first drink. That's all I was looking for with the pogo sticking. I'll try and do it again. Jump up and they're going like, what's going on? And you click their toes, you know, just that was bad. I don't know how many DIs have gotten off this game yet, but that was a good one. Eating big damage. I'll probably concede this round, in all honesty. I wouldn't even want to waste a meter on it. That's fine. Sometimes you just gotta say, you know, I messed up. It is what it is. And then crack open your Coke Zero. Your Coke Zero. Move on to the next round. We both have 3 meters. He immediately burnt himself up. Don't recommend. I didn't use my level 3 there because I have no drink, so it's going to do no damage. If I was desperate, I might have used it to get 1 drink, but I don't think I need to. Now I'll probably use it. I didn't. Oh, that's a safe jump, actually. Learned that with Jamie. You don't always have to do the dragon kick. Oh, he's dead. That was, I don't even have a drink. You know, things work out in that game. More of, I just sat there and he killed himself, which will happen, you know. That's why I tell you guys, slow this game down. Sometimes you slow it down and that opponent that you thought was so good and unbeatable, you just see him doing stuff, and it's like, yeah, I can handle that. And if you can't handle it, then you know what you need to practice. You take that into training mode, you see what you can do to handle it. Good thing to do. Street Fighter 6 is very... I've never seen a game this accessible. Good thing to do if you don't know how to deal with an opponent's option. I think this Rashid's a perfect example for that. So if you don't know what to do to deal with an opponent's action, you take that action, you record it in training mode, you replicate it, and you see what your character can do to answer it. Or, honestly, if you just go to the game mechanics of like parry, drive rush, drive impact, drive reversal, odds are one of those things is going to work for every character option. In this game, odds are, you know, some stuff, but characters have specific things they can do that'll be better. But if you just familiarize yourself with these system mechanics, there are a lot of answers. Okay. Got Rashided. Rashid is... I mean, you know, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but I would say Rashid's the best character in this game where he's at right now. He doesn't play like any other character. He almost does, but that level 2, there's nothing like it in the game. Ed's is close, but like, Rashid's is literally just, I don't agree with the super. I think you have to be able to jump over it. That's really the number one thing I could think of. If you could jump over it, it would make more sense. Where it's at in this game, it should cost 4 bars, you know what I mean? It just, there's not a lot of counterplay to it. What counterplay there is very specific. And he always gets one, and there's just, there's nothing like it in the game. It stops the whole game, and it's like, well, you can just lose here. He can just, it's too strong. It's obviously too strong. They nerfed the meter gain, and I was like, what? Who's balancing this game? Who thought... I mean, yeah, him gaining another... Him using 2 in 1 round was ridiculous, you know? But, like, have they not seen, like, the 80% damage combos and stuff this character does? And, like, have they not fought Rashid at a high level? Where he just drops that, and it's literally, you're playing a different game. You're playing the mini game at that point. And it's like, there's nothing else. The closest thing I could think of is when Zangief has a level 3 and you have to play around that like so severely. It changes the character essentially, but like it's more of a, you know, a gambling thing with Zangief. Rashid, he gets a throw and he just lets that rip, and you could it's just, there's nothing like it, you know what I mean? It's literally, it's like I really can't think of another thing like that in this game. So yeah, so far this day 2 session, I mean, I beat that Cammy. That was some good points. We take that, right? So, we move on.
Welcome to the stream. Hope you're not a sore loser. Round 1. Fight.
Well, some points to this Rashid, but I'm not backing down. I'm not deviating from my game plan either. In fact, I just want to get better at doing it, so I don't have to deal with his nonsense. That's a good answer to the nonsense. A lot of Rashids will just take advantage of you if you sit there. Put the fear in them that you're just as crazy as them. Don't be just as crazy as them. Put the fear into them that you're just as crazy as them. Then they're just going to start second guessing themselves. That's the mind game, isn't it? I just recently learned that that was like a decent option versus that move. Just, you know, because I've seen so many Rashids in pro play, you know what I mean? I mean, I watch a lot of Big Bird, big fan of Big Bird. I think he's one of the best in this game right now. I'd put him top 5 professional players right now for sure. We'll see after the Rashid nerfs get in. We'll see what happens. But even after that, I believe Big Bird's such a very, as long as he plays a top tier character, he's always going to be one of the best in this game, both ways. Yeah, that was my attempt at doing Shoryuken motion like a Shoto, but yeah, Jamie don't got one. Okay, so I'm in the blender, but see, this guy's got a very one-dimensional offense when I'm in a corner. Yeah, I could see it being effective, but if he, you know, he's just gotta add like 1 or 2 more things into that mix you up, and he'll be a lot better. But he was really just kind of relying, hoping, you know, that he'd scrub me out with that. But I was the scrubbier scrub, and I matched out of it every time because he didn't block. That's the match analysis for that one. Let's go on to the next one. That's another match versus this Rashid, right? Okay, cool. So yeah, this is the rubber match. If you don't know what a rubber match is, it's the it's who decides wins the set.
Welcome to the stream. Hope you're not a sore loser.
All right, so am I going to start with the drive rush? No, I started with the jump. I'm pretty sure I started the jump in the last set, and it worked just like that. You can anti that pretty easily. I think I could have just DI'd them, honestly. I definitely could have been that snare. Yeah, I was noticing these Rashids are just throwing that move out, and that's not the move. There are plenty of moves to throw out with Rashid. You do not want to be look at this thing. Like, you do not want to be willy-nilly with that thing, man. I could have just killed him right off that I didn't, but if I was a little bit better at piloting my character, he would have died very quickly. That is not the move to throw out willy-nilly with Rashid. If he gets a charged wind vortex like that, then he can throw it. But like that is what he's... I think he's used to it hitting people. I mean, I think he hit me with it once or twice, but it's just not... It's way too risky. That move is probably the most punishable move in the entire game. Maybe not if they're burnt out, you know, then it's probably pretty strong to throw out there like that, but what is it, you know? That was... I mean, that's the power of just having a game plan and sticking to it and not deviating and taking breaks, because I feel like he just cracked mentally. He just didn't have the steam and threw out a bunch of those eagle spikes and lost that match very fast because of that. No reason for that, you know, but at the same time, you know, that could have been the end of his 20 minutes and could have just been nice and been like, okay, I'm going to run this. You guys remember last time my Jamie played a kid? I got mopped. like I was the bottom of his soup bowl, and he took a loaf of bread and broke it off and just mopped that soup up. That last kid I played, I think he just cooked me like 4 rounds straight. I told you guys I'll start a lot of matches off jumping just to see what my opponent's doing. Odds are at the beginning of a match like that, I'm not gonna... You could lose to a good player immediately jumping at the start of the game like that, but we are, you know, we're just testing the waters right now. I don't know anything about this guy. So you start out with a jump, and a kin player doesn't anti-air me whenever I start round 1 with a jump. That tells me a lot about this guy right out the gate. For his defensive options. Offense, I still got a lot to pick up from him, you know, but 98 seconds into the clock, if I get a free jump in with Jamie versus Ken, I'm gonna... That's incredibly powerful information. Really, yeah, I think he would have died even if he didn't cancel into that, but a lot of Kens have an over-reliance on the Jinrai kick. Very strong move, you know. But Ken his whole entire kit is nothing but strong moves, so you just gotta learn a couple other ones, you know. I think that Jinrai is good, but it's too obvious. Like, you know, we've all... That's enough. You just play a lot, especially if you play a lot of Kens, you don't get frustrated. You're just playing your 20-minute sets, playing for fun, playing to learn. You're gonna start seeing the dragon lashes and your options to deal with them. That's what I always say, system mechanics. If something's giving you trouble like dragon lash, we kind of learned that early on in Street Fighter 6's cycle. A lot of characters in this game have really cheap moves, but every single character in the game have the System mechanics being like parry, drive impact, drive reversal, drive rush. Every character has access to that stuff. And usually one of those is a decent answer to whatever's giving you trouble in this game. You know what I mean? They did that on purpose in Street Fighter 6 to make it. That's, you know, a lot of the higher level players were complaining about it because they call it scrubby, you know. But I keep seeing the best players placing high, you know. Mina's not doing too hot right now, but I bet if he played Bison, he would be, you know what I mean? Like, it's, you just gotta, these days it's a constant evolving game, and you have to be on top of it, you know. Especially if you're professional. There's no such thing as a character loyalist, you know what I mean? Like, not anymore, you know. You could have your main, but you better have some sub-characters too, you know. That's like Angry Bird plays Kin. Kin's a great character to play. See, that broke his armor that time. Maybe it's just not hitting 3 hits a lot of the time whenever I drive rush into it. Maybe that first hit isn't hitting. Hey, see, this is what I'm telling you guys. We get more familiar and pick more stuff up with our character and our options, yada yada yada. And see, I beat a Kin with my Jamie. I think I only played one other Kin before this one, but I do remember he absolutely mopped the floor with me. Pretty good stuff. Let's see. Next game is the run back.
Gotta do this. Come on.
A lot more comfortable with Jamie here in day 3, right? Just slowly, like I said, adding the metaphors. You know, you start with the recipe and you start adding your own twists and turns to it and figuring out what works better for you, what you like in it, seasonings, side dishes, everything. And that's, you build a menu. You start with the chicken cutlet. That's what I say. Why is Nana's chicken cutlet so damn good? Because she's made it 3,000 times and she knows how to make it good. So, you start with your chicken cutlet, basic chicken cutlet, you bread and fry it, and then you build from there. You start adding layers and layers to your menu, and before that, you know, you're running a restaurant. You got every character mastered. But that's the idea of getting the character better at Street Fighter. You know, you start with the basic, you know, then you start adding some sauce and seasoning, and just by the end of it, you know, you got something really tasty, and you have a lot of fun making it, and, you know, showing it off to people, you know. And Nana's chicken cutlet, I'm pretty good at it these days. Not as good as Nana's, though. Ho, ho, ho. Okay, so I'm down around. I have 2 bars. I did not get that drink. I was trying to sneak one in. I've learned with Jamie, it's never worth it to try sneaking in a drink. I've tried being sneaky and just getting one off. It's never worth it. It takes it's got to be 45 frames, 50 frames for just a raw drink. It's people get after you. You just never get that free drink. You got to get it like that in a combo or something. Backed off because I was respecting him. You know, I was like, okay, I'm just going to let you out and we're just going to duke it out because, damn. That must not have changed, which is stupid. I shouldn't have just jabbed, but, worked out. So now we have all this bar.
My world, we're all in it.
Let's see. Okay, well, hitbox on Anthony. Okay, he is, interesting. That was just the pattern picked up. So yeah, I know he just immediately, this is what I'm talking about, you know, he just showed me his hand in a poker game right at the beginning of that match. He showed me he was not going to respect me right when this match started. He was just going to try to scrub me out and steal my points, you know what I mean? So I just sat back and waited until he did something like, you know what I mean? Like, this guy's Dragon Lash and he's Jinrai kicking. What's the Jinrai kick? He went for that throw. I read the throw. It's a lot easier to tech than you guys think. A lot of guys have trouble teching, I'm learning. Just look up crouch tech and watch a tutorial on that. Maybe I'll make one day, but if you have trouble with techs, look up crouch tech. Great defensive option in all Street Fighters, and delayed crouch tech. Look those up, and you will get blown up if you mash it, but at the beginning, even if you're mashing, it's very important to learn that one at the beginning. Wow, look at that. I didn't kill him. Was I trying to style on him? See, that was disrespectful of me. I should have just pressed my heavy anything. Heavy punch, medium punch, palm, just a palm, anything. My most basic bread and butter, a light punch into Rekkas, anything, and just killed them. Never, always finish your play. Never, style's never worth it. Just respect your opponent. Let the style come naturally. I always say, don't think about it, just do it. Oh, I think that's the end of this session, boys and girls and party people of all shapes and sizes, wherever you come from. A little bit shorter session, but I looked and I was like, I don't even know how many games I've played. 20 minutes was up and I was like, man, I totally screwed the pooch on this one. I didn't record. That being said, y'all stick around and I got a 5-minute break planned out for you. Something spooky this time, I think. I'm going to slap together something spooky real quick for everyone. Spooky ass monster. No, I'm not a spooky ass monster. I am depressed gamer, and a little something about me. I fancy myself a goth. I fancy myself a bit of a, I do like the darker parts of the macabre whenever I choose my media, my entertainment. I've always been a fan of like horror and the supernatural, that spooky, fun, dark skeletons and spider webs kind of stuff. So today I think I was going to tap into that a little bit. We're going to talk about the unsettling reality of paranormal and supernatural occurrences. And I'm going to try to not be a jackass all the way throughout this thing, but no promises. That being said, the unsettling reality of paranormal and supernatural occurrences. Paranormal and supernatural occurrences have been part of the human culture for centuries, weaving their way into folklore, religious beliefs, and personal experiences. While skeptics dismiss them as the mere figments of imagination or coincidences, the sheer volume and consistency of these reports across cultures and eras suggest that something genuinely unexplained is at play. What if these occurrences are not real, but are also not only real? What if these occurrences are not only real, but are also more terrifying than we dare admit? Historical consistency. Throughout history, accounts of ghostly apparitions, demonic possessions, and otherworldly encounters have been documented. Ancient civilizations such as the Egyptians, Greeks, and Romans all recorded experiences with spirits and deities. Medieval Europe was rife with tales of witches, vampires, and werewolves. Even today, modern technology captures inexplicable phenomena on video and audio recordings, hinting at the persistent presence and transcends time and technology advancement. Scientific anomalies. Now let's get into the real stuff, right? You want proof? You want some scientific proof of some ghosts? I'll give it to you. While science often struggles to explain paranormal events, some phenomena resist conventional understanding. For instance, electronic voice phenomena, EVP, are mysterious sounds resembling speech found in audio recordings. Paranormal investigators claim these are voices from the dead. Skeptics attribute them to audio artifacts. But no definitive scientific explanation exists. Similarly to poltergeist activity, objects moving without physical cause has been observed and even filmed, yet remains beyond the scope of scientific explanation. I don't know, man. I think a ghost did it, probably. Unexplained disappearances. One of the most chilling aspects of paranormal phenomena is the unexplained disappearance of individuals. Throughout history, countless people have vanished without a trace under mysterious circumstances. The Bermuda Triangle, for instance, has claimed numerous ships and aircraft, with no survivors or wreckage ever found. Some speculate that these disappearances are due to supernatural forces or interdimensional portals, raising the horrifying possibilities the victims are trapped in an alternate realm. Also, some compelling personal accounts. Most convincing evidence for the reality of paranormal occurrences comes from personal testimonies. Millions of people worldwide have reported experiences that defy rational explanation. This includes seeing apparitions, hearing disembodied voices, feeling unseen hands, and encountering entities that evoke primal fear. The consistency of these reports across diverse cultures and background adds credibility to the idea that something real and terrifying is indeed out there. In conclusion, while skepticism remains, the sheer volume and consistency of paranormal reports suggest that dismissing them outright would premature the possibility. These reports suggest that dismissing them outright would be premature. The possibility that paranormal and supernatural occurrences are real is both compelling and terrifying. Whether these phenomena are residual energies, interdimensional beings, or manifestations of heightened psychic abilities, they challenge our understanding of reality and evoke a profound sense of fear. As we continue to explore and document these occurrences, we may one day uncover the truth behind these eerie encounters. But until then, they remain a chilling reminder that we may not be as alone as we think. All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed your 5 minute intermission and you can get back gaming and having some fun right now. So, that being said, I got to tell all you party people to be good to yourself, keep on struggling, and I'll see you in the next one.